All right, this video is going to be specifically for e-commerce agencies looking for a new and high intent way to, source leads for, their outbound efforts to, essentially get qualified appointments with e-commerce brands looking for, retention marketing, ads, whatever you're selling to these e-commerce businesses. Because, a lot of you guys from experience and what I've talked to a lot of e-commerce agencies have tried cold email, they've tried volume approach, they've tried, the high intent approach, they've tried a front end offer, and email is just very hard to make work at the moment, which, is there's always workarounds to that, which there's always methods that work because saturation doesn't really exist if you've got a unique method. But essentially, this is going to be a cool method that you can use specifically for LinkedIn outreach, because I don't think as many e-commerce agencies are using LinkedIn outreach to actually get on like conversations happening with these brand owners. And so I found a way to actually get very high intent leads, and it's like a few steps. So I'm just going to walk through it now. So basically, you want to have Sales Navigator, you want to get a Sales Navigator account and perform a search like this. So essentially 11 to 50 company headcount. If you want to target bigger e-commerce brands, that's fine. You can go to like 50 to 100. Privately held companies, because we don't want those public. We want privately held is more likely to be an actual e-commerce business. All the decision makers that could potentially involved in marketing decision when it comes to whether they want to invest in retention, ads, whatever. If you have a lot of second degree connections and a lot of connections on LinkedIn already, if you're someone in the e-commerce space, you can do view secondary connections, post it on LinkedIn. Actually going to be making sure that the leads are active on LinkedIn already, and so the whole activity status thing is a bit of an issue with some LinkedIn e-commerce brand owners, because like they've got a LinkedIn account but they haven't really been on it. It's just a dead silent account. So this one, putting this will actually make it so they're active, and so they're much more likely to respond to outreach. A few other things, whatever firmographics you're looking for. And then when it comes to industry, you want to put all these. So retail, food and beverage, health, wellness, all those sub niches. And then you want to remove specifically marketing services, advertising services, business consulting, and IT system custom software development. So this is going to remove all these accounts that are just irrelevant, because Sales Navigator a lot of the time, even with a decent search, gives you a lot of bad results. And so when you do it like this, you're actually, if you look at these things, Perfect TED, Simply Floors, Pioneer, these are all literally just e-commerce brand owners. And what we're going to do is we're going to export this Sales Nav search into something called HeyReach, which is a LinkedIn software company. Take the CSV outside of HeyReach, and then you can actually play with all of these leads in Clay and enrich for whatever you want. The thing with just Sales Navigator is you can't just bulk export leads out of Sales Navigator into Clay. You have to use like a third-party software, export it back out. Then you can do it in Clay. So basically, you can use HeyReach, you can use SendPilot, you can use Prosp. Any of these three platforms, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to export out leads into Clay. And then from Clay, you can do whatever personalization you want. So you can validate that it's an e-commerce brand, validate all these things like hiring signals, whether they're running ads, whether they fit, whether they're making a minimum amount of revenue that you're looking for, because Sales Navigator can't do that. All this stuff that you can scrape top products completely automated. The problem is like it all works. Like this would be great because you can just go, Scott Kuhlman, wherever he's working, and you can literally just scrape the top product on his website manually, but you can do all this automated. And I found one of the best ways to do outreach, this is for cold email as well, is to scrape the top product of a brand and then make an offer around the top product, because it's a very personalized approach. That's not just random personalization, it's actually specific to their pain, what they're looking to solve, and everything like that is just not random personalization, because guys, that's not going to work anymore. So when it comes to LinkedIn outreach though, you can do this specific thing. You can try like the Ty Frankel method. If you guys know a guy on LinkedIn, he does the method of outreach that he does. You can personalize certain things to these leads while you're doing that type of outreach, and more of a conversational approach works on LinkedIn. I might make a full video covering like a full LinkedIn outreach system specifically for e-commerce agencies, because I think just e-commerce is just hard, man. And I think we figured out a way to actually make it work no matter what, specifically with LinkedIn. So there's that. But then you want to put this search, you want to put it into Sales Navigator, and then you want to take it out of Sales Navigator, put it into something like HeyReach. Just sign up for one account. It's absolutely worth it. And then you can put them all actually back into Clay. Just create a new table, and you can enrich for whatever you want. And then you can put that Clay list back into HeyReach, back into whatever automation software you're using, to essentially personalize your outreach more, have better leads, actually active leads. So just doing what other people probably aren't doing, which is just random generic, outreach. They get a bunch of leads from Apollo and they just reach out to them, which is what we not want to be doing. So yeah, I hope this helped you e-commerce agencies out specifically. I'm gonna probably send this to a lot of you guys to actually, show you some value in terms of how you can make LinkedIn outreach work. But yeah, that's it for this one. Cheers, guys.